Hey everybody, Dr. Dan here, and I'm your professor for History 3380 here at the University of Toledo, which is the history of business and technology. Actually, the official name is Business, Technology, and American Society. So it's a history of business and tech class. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a ball. My contact information before we get started is daniel.french@utoledo.edu. Obviously, it's my email. My cell is 419-345-7220. So call me or text me anytime. If you text, make sure you tell me what class you're in because I teach 3 classes at 2 different institutions, and I don't always recognize I don't recognize your phone number. So make sure you let me know who you are. That's the contact stuff. When you get online, make sure you read the syllabus. It's all the standard stuff like don't lie, cheat, steal, that sort of thing. Be kind. So that, read the syllabus. It's nothing special, nothing fancy. Same old stuff. The class might be a little disjointed this semester because I'm remaking it. You might not see all the modules up at one time, but everything you need to do I'll have posted in ample time, so don't worry about that. There's no textbook, so I'll be posting stuff every week for you to read, usually short chapters or interesting articles or videos, that sort of thing. So stay on top of it. There's a discussion every week, generally a micro quiz every week with 5 questions, really easy. You won't have to put 5 hours a week in or anything like that. A few hours, make sure you get your assignment done. Try not to wait till the last minute, and you'll be good. If you're going to miss something, if you're late, there's a crisis, your goldfish is sick, whatever, let me know in advance, and I'm sure we can work something out. So it's business, technology, and American society. It's kind of important because I think that for history to be relevant, we need to relate it to today. And we're kind of a consumer crazy society. We're crazy about the economy, the Dow Jones, the stock market, investing, all that stuff everyone talks about all the time. So the core of that is our economy, which is capitalism. Don't let it scare you away. This isn't about economics, but we need to understand capitalism and the free enterprise system to understand business. So we're going to study that for a little while, but nothing too intense. But I mean, the economy, making money, making a profit, the American dream, get rich quick. That's what this country's all about. And also consumerism. We're all nuts when it comes to buying stuff like, an iPhone or Apple Watch or whatever. So that's kind of obvious. And tech is another thing. So, I mean, technology is cool, going all the way back from, the cotton gin or the first, tobacco crop that grew in the U.S., all the way up to the telegraph, the transcontinental railroad, the telephone, electricity is, I wrote a book on electricity, so that's kind of a cool thing to think about. But we're going to get into that. We're going to look at broadcasting and computers and Henry Ford and, agricultural stuff, all of the farm equipment and the canals and steamships. So there's a lot of cool stuff to talk about and to think about. And especially for us because, in a world without electricity or in a world without basic transportation, we can't imagine that. So it's kind of fun to look back and study it and see how it all came about. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about capitalism, as I said. So to understand that, supply and demand, the father of capitalism is Adam Smith from the 1700s. He was Scottish, and he wrote about really the modern economy. He wrote a book called The Wealth of Nations, which is a big deal. So we're going to learn about capitalism. Sort of its opposite is communism. So it's sort of like Adam Smith versus Karl Marx, Smackdown. So we'll learn about those systems a little bit. And I think that you'll find the class interesting. We'll talk about intellectual property. That's patent law and trademark law. It's kind of fun to know about that. That's one of the ways that our economy works, that if you invent something, if you file a patent, you know that you have some rights to your invention, and that has motivated people over the years. And that patent law stuff goes all the way back to Alexander Hamilton and George Washington at the very beginning of the country in the 1790s. So, you think about that, it's pretty cool, and it's really important. So there's a lot of stuff. Again, the readings every week are pretty easy. You won't put a lot of time into them, but it's important that you keep up with everything and that you communicate with me. My primary objective is for us to all learn something together, for you to have some fun. Everybody should pass as long as they do their work. And, we can kind of go out on our way and understand why the economy is the way it is. Now, in this capitalist system right now, the rich versus the poor, tax cuts for the rich, all of this stuff. It's important to understand that capitalism works best and free enterprise works best when there's some sort of equality. I call that moral capitalism. Even Adam Smith, wrote that no society can be flourishing and happy of which the far greater part of the members are poor and miserable. So even the great capitalists of our time recognize that a system has to be somewhat equitable. So we're going to think about that from sort of a philosophical point of view. So I think that's it for now. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to working with all of you. Again, my cell, 419-345-7220. Feel free to reach out to me at any time. I love working with students, and I'm looking forward to having some fun this semester. So, hey, spring break's right around the corner, right? So, hey, welcome back to UT. We're going to have a blast. I want you to all be safe, and I'll talk to you again next week. See you soon. Bye-bye. Take care.